Hey, we're live. It's a 6-second delay. I don't know what the delay is. I need to figure out the delay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hands up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 seconds? Oh, my days. Right, I need to quickly change something. That is some latency. Boo. Oh, no, is it going to make me do it on every single one? It is. Ah! Oh, my days. Right. Jesus, the life and times of a streamer, folks. It's stressful when you don't know what you're doing. So that needs to be 47. 30 seconds plus the 17-second delay. Unbelievable. 17-second delay. YouTube, that is some latent shit. Hey, Real Zim. Hi there, Marvel fan. I have technically started the stream, but then realised that no, not 477. I have realised that I have a 17-second delay. And so something that I want to try and do later on with you lovely, lovely folks is going to be a bit of a challenge with that 17-second delay. So now I am adding 17 seconds to the timer on this thing in the hope that we can make this work. We might find it's an absolute shambles and the whole thing falls apart. Or we might find it works perfectly and I have managed to successfully account for the delay. But who knows? Certainly not me. It's all an experiment. Also, because I've got so much stuff open and up and running on the old laptop here, my fans are going mental. My CPU is probably, my CPU is probably freaking out right now. But let's see if we can make this work a bit later on. So if I do that, if I press that button there, that should, yeah, perfect. So that's all set and ready to go, which means I can have that open there like that. Hey, Jono. Oh, right then. Can you hear me okay as well? My mic's a bit further away from my mouth than it usually is. Let me turn the gain up ever so slightly. Doop. Oh, yeah, right, here we are then. It is time for... Does the button work on this?
See your friend Chris.
Yes, it does. The button works on this screen. Here we are, folks. The MoDXtra live stream. Hopefully some of you saw my post earlier in the week because it was the Hasbro Pulse G.I. Joe fan stream yesterday and I wanted to do a reaction video, pre-recorded reaction video to that. I pushed my my little kind of live stream chatty chat thing to today, but I still want to talk about Yojo June. That's going to be the theme of today's stream. So what I've done is I've loaded into my little picture gallery, which I've gone for a bit of a bigger one today. I've loaded up all the some promo shots and stuffs because I've shared my thoughts, but what I thought it'd be nice to see what chat I got to say about things and get a bit of a picture outside of my opinion and gather some community views, you know. Then, if all going to plan, that's kind of the first part. So just a quick whip through the digital renders and the promo shots, bit of chat about the figures. And then, hopefully, if I've done it correctly, I have prepared a Yojo June interactive quiz that you should all be able to participate in. I've got a 25 participant maximum, but I don't think I've ever had 25 concurrent viewers, so we should be all right. So if anybody's interested, I've set up a Mentimeter quiz that you can log into using your phone or your computer, and you can answer the quiz questions yourself, and chat, you can compete with my G.I. Joe trivia questions, a number of which are related to the Yojo June G.I. Joe Classified series characters that were revealed and pre-ordered. We'll have a little bit of a game for the back end of the stream, and that's the plan. So quick whip through the reveals and whatnot, and then hopefully the interactive quiz will work. But the challenge with the interactive quiz is that there is a delay between stuff coming out of my mouth and you guys getting to see it. So I'm hoping it goes all right. I've put extra time in on the countdown timer for you to put your answers in. But let's see who's around, shall we? So we've got the Real Zim, everybody. Folks, say hi to the Real Zim. There we go. Hey, guys. Hey, Real Zim. Then we've got the Marvel fan. Hello, what's up? How you doing? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. Then Jono's here. Jonathan Redman. A staple of the live streaming community. Welcome, Jono. Wilfredo's here on the bus watching your video now. Shouldn't take too long to get home in comfort. Greetings, everyone here today. Hi, Will. Bobby Dubs is here. Yo, Bobby Dubs, another staple of the G.I. Joe live YouTube community. How you doing, Bobby? Sounds like there's no more fan streams for the rest of the month. Yeah, well, it sounds like there's going to be no more newness in terms of fan streams. They did imply that there was going to be some unboxings, didn't they? They were going to do some retro figure unboxings and a Stinger unboxing. So it sounds like there's stuff going on, just not like last year where we had the, boom, new stuff, week after week after week, which is a shame. And here's Gerard. Hi, Gerard. Welcome, welcome. I'll wave hand back. So Gerard is with us today. A solid crowd, a good solid crowd today. But it looks like there's a few more viewers knocking about, so please feel free to drop into the chat and say hi. Those who are in chat right now are, regulars around these parts and a lovely crowd, and they'll give you a nice, more warm welcome and help you get settled in. Jono has got a question here. Did I order the ferret? Let me just put it up on screen for anyone watching the video on demand. So John is asking me, Chris, did you order the ferret? As I got the shipping email from Pulse EU today. I did not. No. The vehicle thing, basically, which I know some of you folks will have heard me mention before, just display real estate and storage real estate. The cupboard's getting way full over there in the corner. The shelving just doesn't have the room, and so I elected to not bother with the vamp, not bother with the ferret, won't be bothering with the Stinger. I've got a couple of bits. I've got the Trouble Bubble, and I've got Serpentor on his air chariot, but I did not order it. However, I've got line on someone who's purchased two, so that I can get the figure because I really want the female biker. Bobby Wald, seems like every Tuesday is going to be a new pre-order. Yeah, so if folks haven't watched the live stream from Hasbro Pulse or even my reaction video, then the rundown is the mainline figures went on pre-order yesterday. I've heard word that some have already sold out in America. Then the retro wave is next Tuesday, which is the 11th. Then the Pulse exclusive and the Amazon exclusives, which is the Mad Marauder stuff and the Stinger, are on the 18th. So that must be the third Tuesday of the month. Doesn't look like there's anything. They didn't mention anything for the fourth Tuesday of the month. In terms of HasLab announcements, they said that it will be at the San Diego Comic-Con. They've got the coveted San Diego Comic-Con spot. And they said there's an Easter egg, there's hints, and BMAC had his Cobra Rattler t-shirt on, so I think that's a big nod and a wink. Oh, yeah, John, Retro's going up on the 11th, more crap on the following week, and the Stinger the week after that. Oh, is the Stinger the week after that? Have I written down the wrong date? I wrote the Stinger down for the 18th as well, but I may have, don't take my word for it, I may have got that wrong. Limpar's here, everybody. Everyone say hello to Limpar. And John is saying, Hasbro's pre-order bullshit is a joke. The Iron Grenadier sold out in seconds. The Iron Grenadier bat never even went up for pre-order in the UK and the EU. Yes, I saw that about the Iron Grenadier bat. Obviously I belong to some of the UK fan groups on like Facebook and stuff, and folks were like, "Where's the bat? Where's the bat?" Freaking out. That's not the first time that's happened either. I seem to recall that's happened at least once before, where there's been a load of pre-orders and 3 of the 4 have been on the page and no more. UB Plays here, everybody. Say hi to UB Play. Hey, Chris and crew. Hope all is well. Very well. Thank you very much, UB Play. I hope all is well with you too. Bobby here. And that's not going to hurt my wallet having the stinger the week before that. Yeah. There was one of the Joe Bros over on the Discord was saying yesterday or the day before, like, I could really do with knowing what this HasLab plan is at San Diego Comic-Con, because it may factor into any financial decisions with regards to stingers and how many they buy, or whether they buy it at all. So we'll see. Oh wow, I'm up to 18 concurrent viewers. I think that's a record for MoDXtra Games and Collectibles. So welcome everybody who's here, whether you're lurking or whether you're in chat. Pleasure to have you. The interactive quiz, just to warn everybody, the interactive quiz that I've set up for the back end has got a 24 player limit, because I'll have to be in there as the host, because I wasn't quite expecting so many people. So hopefully those of you who want to participate will get an opportunity. Profit 924 is here, everybody. Lenny was holding his hands out in over 3x3 square when teasing the new big stuff. Yeah, he was. Absolutely. And I think there's an assumption that it's going to be like, I mean, I think the prevailing prediction is that it's going to be the Cobra Rattler, based on B-Max t-shirt and wingspan stuff that was going on. Here's Jono. Happened with Marvel Legends 2, Chris. Retro Kingpin reissue was Pulse US only. Ah, right. Yeah, I knew there was, but I feel like it's. I heard it's happened with Power Rangers too, actually. But I was specifically referring to it happening with G.I. Joe Classified once before. But it absolutely doesn't surprise me that it's going on with other lines. And Fluffles here, everybody. Another regular around these parts, and an absolute staple of the G.I. Joe Classified online community. Wow, what a wonderful crowd I've got this evening. All right, well, let's whip through. So as I said, the plan today is I've put my reaction video up, but I'm really very interested to hear what folks' thoughts and feelings are on them. So we'll do a quick run through the reveals, and I'd love for you guys to hop into chat and just let me know what it is, what your thoughts are. Is it a buy? Is it a pass? Should we say buy and pass? No, let's go for... Oh, I don't know. Hi, Venom. Oh, wow, everyone's still rolling in. Good evening, or at least good evening in my time zone. Welcome. Pleasure to have you here. Everyone say hello to Venom. Bobby's saying here, if only Hasbro can develop that Dr. Mindbender Kamara Sat Mind Control chewing gum by our products. Rattler and Fing Fan Voom are the next Joe and Legends HasLabs. There we go. John has got it on the DL. Fing Fan Foom, really? Ooh, that might be tempting. Although, again, I said no to the Sentinel. I said no to Galactus. I can't yet. And John says, I'd rather they sort out their production runs. Yeah, true story. Right, let's get into it then. So Yojo June, you guys are always chomping at the bit, ready to go, and I love it. Always got you firing your stuff into chat. But Yojo June, of course, was on Tuesday night. Well, Tuesday night for me, Tuesday morning for folks in the US. A number of stuff already went up for pre-order. Again, I'll reiterate, my reaction video is out there, so if you want my finer detail rundown and some of my thoughts, and apologies to those who have watched it if there's any repetition tonight. But the key thing here is I'm really interested to hear what you guys think, get a bit more of a balanced, reasonable perspective on the pre-orders. I did mention in the reaction video, actually, that the chat during the stream was an absolute horror show. And I've seen some serious bitching and whining going on out and about, but I can't take all that seriously enough, because it just seems like the neckheads just come out the woodwork, and you guys tend to be a little bit more chill about it, and even your criticisms are critical in nature but constructive, as opposed to some of the again. The horror show and chat, there were some folks in there who were just so aggrieved by some stuff, they were literally cut paste spamming block capitals again and again and again and again, like that was going to magically change things, like just choosing particular hills to die on with regards to G.I. Joe Classified. It was insane. Oh dear, John was right out there. No, hang on. Let me get to the right message here. I'm sure you can guess I'm salty as hell about missing the Iron Grenadier. Yeah, that sucks. Venom, great reaction video. I agree on the back being meh, but let's not jump there. Thanks, Venom. Thanks. Well, let's see what you guys have got to say. So let's get started. So the first thing was the Saw Viper. Let's get some thoughts on the Saw Viper. So everyone jump into chat. Let's just give me your single sentence review of the Saw Viper here. Just to summarise for anyone who's not watched my previous video on this subject, I'm a little off put by the bulkiness. I was a little bit like, oh, that's bulky. But it is reflective of the kind of bulkier look and feel of the Saw Viper from the comic books in particular. Oh, what's Jono saying there? I honestly don't get the Emily hate in those live streams. She's the best team manager Hasbro has by a mile. Yeah, I entirely agree. I mean, I know she wasn't able to do the stream this week, yesterday. It makes total sense that with this convention season that's coming up. So what have they got? They got San Diego Comic Con. There's likely going to be a Pulse Con at the end of September. Then the New York Comic Con is in October, I think, off the top of my head. And then you've got 1027 if they do a 1027 this year, plus any extra fan streams they chuck in the mix. Plus anything else they might turn up to round and about. So yeah, she's obviously got a lot on her plate with that very traditional retail marketing stuff of getting out to conventions and getting in front of people. I don't understand the hate at all, but I think we all know there's reasons for it, and those reasons are bobbins. Okay, on the Saw Viper then, Wilfredo, kind of chunky, yeah. Prophet says 90s to the extreme. Yeah, it does have a lovely 90s vibe to it, doesn't it, actually? Do you know what? I was thinking the other day, just as a random tangent around 90s to the extreme. So my Marvel Legends my Marvel Legends Zabu Wave cable is on the way soon. It's due in the next couple of weeks, I think, off the top of my head, without checking my pre-order tracker that I keep. And I was thinking, is there some guns around, something maybe from G.I. Joe Classified I could cross-purpose into that, because I don't like those two little pistol-y things. I want him to have a big chunky thing. And that gun is big and chunky, isn't it? Big and chunky. But yeah, definitely got a 90s vibe to it. Yeah, I can see that, Prophet. Jono's met on the Saw Viper. I'm a Cobra Army guy, but this figure is an easy pass. All right, bit meh. Yeah, I'm a bit meh, to be honest. Although I'm a bit burnt out on the army builders. I've said this before. I'm kind of more into the unique characters more of late. Wilfredo, the Saw Viper was kind of chunky. I like Emily too. People can be so rude. 100%, yeah. It's just get a grip. Let's see what Venom's got to say. Yeah, a little bulky, especially the helmet, and the colour scheme isn't helping. Especially considering how the final figure will actually end up looking. Usually renders are way better than the final product. Preach, brother. Preach, brother. And Frost Mirage, another first chatter today. Everyone say hello to Frost Mirage. Welcome, friend. Says, my new zombie killer, yeah, with the chainsaw. Fun. I like it. Fun. Yeah, okay, so folks are a little lukewarm about the Saw Viper. The chunkiness, yeah, is a little bit off-putting. The colour scheme. I think it might be one, when it comes around, I think it might be one I pick up. But I tend to just, if there's a trooper that I'm just not really into, you folks know me, I like to just have one for the collection kind of thing. I would like a Saw Viper because there are, the Saw Vipers featured in some very significant storylines, particularly from the comic books. I'm thinking about Doc's death and the stuff. But yeah, don't know. All right, there's the Saw Viper. Let's move on to the next digital render. So Dial Tone was next up, folks. There he was, Dial Tone. That beautiful bastard. He kind of gives me vibes. That sort of stereotypical World War II. Stereotypical World War II kind of the French guy who gets tagged onto the unit because of the beret and the stash, maybe. I don't know. Perhaps I'm horrifically stereotyping there. I hope not. Oh, Flatful's just jumped in on the Saw Viper. Sorry, Flatful, I've moved on a bit too quickly. He's a heavy machine gunner, looks like a juggernaut in COD. Oh, I don't play COD, so I'd have to take your word for it. But let's just jump back there. The stage. Yeah, he's got the big old machine gun. The handle on the machine gun, actually, I've only just noticed as I interrogate it further. Looks a bit weird, doesn't it? And then on dial tone, Flaffle's right out the gate there. Notice dial tone's hook bracket on his left hip. Thinking face. Hook bracket on his left hip. Oh, so didn't they mention that in the stream? It's actually a holster to hold that little like tablet device thing that comes in his accessory selection. Is it that? Although the what's that weird hooky thing on his gun? What's that? I don't know. I don't really know what that is. So maybe it's some way of hooking his gun onto his belt. You tell me. But I'm just wondering if what you're referring to there, Fluffle, is the like the mobile phone belt holder thing, because dial tone is like way 90s. If you think the Saw Viper's 90s, dial tone's got his mobile phone on a on a belt loop pouch. Bobby, why does he need that big backpack? Has he not heard of a cell phone? Yeah, innit? You can do like, you know, all in here, dial tone, mate. Yeah, he's just qualified that. JK, yeah, we're with you, brother. We're with you. I like him though. He's good. He's got a good classic. You know, he represents everything that Classified generally represents, in the sense of it's vintage inspired. They've drawn inspiration from the vintage classic look, but then done their own modern Classified reinterpretation. So it's got those kind of key vestigial elements that we love, but then moved on to update it and modernize it, which I'm always a big fan of. UB Play N here says doesn't look like they gave him a Joe Pro. Perfect figure to add that to. Yeah, in fact, they've kind of just dropped off the little. No, I haven't got anyone. Any older figures. Is that anyone there? No. I was going to look the little thing. Yeah, you're right. The Joe Pro thing, that's kind of dropped off the radar, because they kept mentioning that loads, didn't they, with the earlier figures. Oh, G-Force is here. Everyone say hi to G-Force. Hey, G-Force. Will likes dial tone. Dial tone looks great. Anything in particular, Will, that you're liking about the dial tone there? And then Jono here, not feeling dial tone at all. Oh, okay. And let's get your thoughts on that, Jono. So let's find out why Will's up for it, and let's find out why Jono is not as up for it. There's D4 saying hi to everyone, and then Newbie Play M says, I think he's a home run. So we've got another vote for dial tone there. Another. Oh, here's an interesting observation from Jono, everybody. It seems like these upcoming figures are coming with a lot less accessories. Yeah, I observed that. I noticed that. Although, is it? I don't know if it's as less. I mean, the Saw Viper definitely looks like he's got barely anything. But there is like a pistol holster. I'm waving my mouse over it, like you can see where my mouse icon is. It does look like there's a pistol holster there. So maybe there is some more stuff and it's just not been depicted, you know, because he's got it holstered. Same again with dial tone here. He's got a knife sheath down in his left, down by his left ankle on his boot, and he's got another sort of device in like a sheath, in like a thing on his right leg. Now, whether that's a permanent fixture, that thing with the aerial on it, or whether that's another piece of accessory, I don't know. And the hat will be removable, so it might not be quite as bad, but still not like it was for sure. Bobby there. Now we need a mainframe so we can have them playing that Space Invaders game from the show. Yeah, mainframe will be high on many people's lists. I definitely want a mainframe because I want to do my Zorana mainframe, looking at the stars piece, because I'm a romantic, you know. Jono's not a Joe guy, so it's only really the outstanding Joe characters that go after. Okay, sure. And Wilfredo says he's into dial tone because it was his favourite as a kid and his designs are still familiar to the old one. Yeah. Good. Like the old vintage nostalgia there. Jono grabs all the Cobras. Oh, Venom. Wow, I thought I was the only one doing that. So we got another Cobra fan in the house, everybody. And then Limpard's here with a vote. Thumbs up for dial tone. I want to see Saw Viper without the helmet before I decide. Oh, yeah, so that's another thing. Yeah, they did say the helmet is removable, but you know, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does it look like under there? Is it the next Scrap Iron or is it the next Falcon? You know what I mean? And then we got a vote here from Profit. Daltone is a favourite as a kid, so I'm conditioned to like it, but I'm not sure how to modernise outside of a tablet. Yeah, and that weird backpack with the kind of pyramid shape up the top of his head there is such a key part to the classic visual identity of the character that it needed to be integrated somehow, didn't it? You know. Oh, God, you're chatting up fast today, folks. That'd be a perfect way to advertise that Wrath of Cobra video game, is having Mainframe and Daltone playing it. I like your thinking, Bobby. I like your thinking. Cobra dudes tend to pop more on the shelf, says Jono. Well, Fredo says, by the way, I'm pretty sure we'll get a retro Saw Viper and hopefully won't be so chunky. And Rue is here. Hi, Rue. Another first-time chatter. Welcome, welcome. Everyone say hi to Rue. Do we have a psych out yet? We do not have a psych out yet. And no word on psych out. Let me just check my thing. I keep a little list of what's name only or not. And I don't think psych out has appeared at all. Like, hasn't been name only either yet. Can't see it on my list. Yeah, I don't think we've seen Psych Out at all. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Psych Out is not on the cards as of this point. I mean, he'll turn up eventually, of course. G-Force has gone in on Alpine and the 2 Iron Grenadiers. Right, well, let's get into it then. G-Force is moving us forward. Cool. So let's talk about the main lines then, folks. And the first mainline reveal was Alpine, leaked in advance of the of the event itself. These promo photos, which I have thoughts on that actually, but I'm going to keep them for a pre-recorded video. But get your chat comments in. Let's see what your thoughts and feelings are on Alpine. In the meantime, let's talk about Jono's comment here. I'm seriously thinking of packing in the line G-Force. It's getting to be too much hassle getting them. Yeah, so Jono, is this because of the Hasbro EU, exclusivity bollocks situation? In addition to the kind of stock levels not being satisfactorily high enough to meet supply and demand. Or is there another factor in the mix? But you're not the first. Honestly, you're not the first over this side of the ocean that I've heard say that. Yeah. Venom just following up with Rue there. Limpar should come with a Nokia 6110. Yeah, with one of those built-in car kits. And then Wilfredo here, ready on the Alpine. Alpine looks okay, but I really did wish he came with a backpack. Yeah, that was a prevailing sentiment across the community. Lots of people mentioning that in the chat at the time. I think you're right. It is an oversight not to include a backpack with Alpine. Saw somebody else on Instagram speculating as well that the volume of accessory reuse across these figures might be indicating that there's budget allocation issues with this wave. All the money's gone on the likes of Nemesis Immortal. But we'll see on that one. Yeah, he looks okay. He looks good enough, doesn't he? I do wonder if there was an expectation problem with Alpine, because he was such an anticipated character and so many people were eager to get their hands on Alpine that by the time he actually arrived and what we got is what we got, folks were a bit like, oh no, that's just not quite, as explosively awesome as I was hoping for. G-Force. Jono, I had similar thoughts yesterday. I'm starting to cherry pick much like I did in the 80s. Yeah, and I'm in the same boat, to be fair. There's no two ways about it. I'm a dyed-in-the-cloth G.I. Joe classified fan. Bought and paid up, fan club member. But I've always cherry picked to some degree. I don't think there's been a wave where I've bought every figure from the wave for you know, literally a couple of years now. I do tend to pick and choose as I go along, you know. Bobby there, I don't know why, but during your live stream I keep getting kicked to a commercial. Oh. No, I don't know why either, Bobby, sorry. I suspect there's probably an advertising setting that I've turned on. Let me see if I can do something about that for you. Settings. Oh, yeah, okay, hang on. Let's YouTube insert mid-rolls for you. So let's choose that. Press that. Right, see, let me know if that's any better, Bobby. I think I've successfully changed the setting there. There's like a $ up here, and I clicked on that. And it opened up a box, and I did some things. So there we go. But apologies, man. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, the ad revenue is nice, but I don't want it affecting your viewing experience. It'd be good if it told me, if it just said an ad coming up, and then if I knew, I'd, I don't know, not talk about anything particularly important or something. But there we go. But thanks for the heads up, Bobby. So circling back around to Jono's comments before about dropping out the line. Yeah, Chris, I'm having to deal with Hasbro Pulse EU. Sucks the fun out of collecting. Oh, hang on, no, I'm reading this out wrong. Yeah, Chris, having to deal with Hasbro Pulse EU sucks the fun out of collecting them. Not to mention how shite they are stock-wise. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. We have the same problem over here in the UK. I'm just very grateful for the. I mean, it costs me more money, but I'm grateful for the importers over here. You know, your Kapow toys, your in-demand toys, your comics and cocktails. Props and replicas who are getting the stuff from the Far East, you know. G-Force, I just packed up my unopened Tiger Force and Python Patrol figures to sell at Joe Fest. Surely not Outback. The Tiger Force Outback's amazing. Here we go. Frost Mirage on the Alpine. Hat is kind of off. Ordered Gridiron version set, including the backpack and better accessories. Yeah, so I know a few folks who use, you know, Gridiron accessory packs to step up their G.I. Joe classified game. Using Gridiron is just a bit of a non-starter for us here in the UK because the postage costs and then the, you know, the import taxes are just really bite into stuff, you know. But I don't blame you for doing that, for sure. Limpar, could it be worth waiting for a retro Alpine in the hope he comes with a backpack? Who knows, man? Who knows? I mean, there's definitely a sense of the kind of chronologically, or roughly chronologically, working their way through previous releases to put the retro versions out. But it's anybody's guess, really. Maybe some folks in chat have got some thoughts on that. G-Force, to be fair, they are pumping this line out. Yeah, it's a bit relentless, isn't it? And that's another problem for people. It causes fatigue too much. You don't want to be in the same boat as like the MCU movies and stuff where people are like, ugh. Jono's debating whether to pack up his Dragonfly. That's fair. Wilfredo, true, Limpar. Maybe a retro Alpine will come with a backpack and less accessories. Where the hell do I put them in the kitchen? Yeah, I mean, I agree, G-Force. I skip vehicles altogether, more or less, because I just can't find the, you know, the square footage here in the home. At least until my kids get old enough to move out. Which around here in Manchester is not long because I can get me in the cotton mills, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, Chris, not my Outback. Good. Tiger Force Outback is one of my personal faves. Gridiron is very expensive. All right, I think we've got a general consensus then on Alpine. Looks all right, okay, good enough. Where's the backpack, man? Just not got the wow factor we were hoping for. Then into the Iron Grenadier bat. That was next on the list. I've got bat fatigue. I've got no interest in another bat at all. I think the bat's a great figure. I love my mainline bat, and I even bought an Arctic bat. But then when I realised that they were going to be bringing out bats left, right, and centre, then I was like, ugh, you know. Not another bat. Obviously, Lenny just loves bats. Because he's so giddy and excited on the stream when he's talking about bats, and he's obviously like really, really into them. Oh, that's all right, Fluffles. So Fluffles here. Alpine, the AR was a poor choice. Sorry, I'm late again. Don't worry about it, man. Take your time. It's all good. It's all good. We could always backtrack a little bit. I'm less. I must admit, I'm less bothered by that. To be honest with you, Flaffle, the rifle, because I've got my big old box of bits and guns down here, and I'll just chop and change to suit my needs. My where is it? My 60th anniversary infantry dude's got, I think, Mutt's M16 right now. You know what I mean? I just make it work for me. You know. Let's see what IG bat. The Iron Grenadier bat looks good and complete. Just another bat. Yeah, absolutely. Entirely agree with you there, Flaffle. And then G4 says, I ordered the bat and the other guy solely to go with the pink Destro. Yeah, so that's, I mean, obviously Profit Destro. And if you've got a metal head as well, there's quite a nice little Iron Grenadier sort of subsection. If you want a nice little Iron Grenadier display going on, you can pull that off quite nicely. I'm not a fan of the gold paint job actually on this bat. You know, but that's just a matter of taste. I'm just not a fan of that colour scheme, but others are. Let's see what Flaffle's got to say. I don't like Mutt and Alpine using two-handed guns when their hands are quite occupied with ropes and dogs. That's fair. That's a fair comment, actually. Yeah, it's not, when you think about it from a practical, logistical point of view, it doesn't make sense, I suppose, yeah. But Chris, this version of the Iron Grenadier bats look amazing. Loving the good paint application on it. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad paint application. I'm just not into the gold. I'm not into the gold. I didn't pick up Profit Destro for that reason either. Oh, hey, everyone say hi to Connor from Fuller's Figures. Sorry I'm late. Roll over and let me in. Come on in, my man. Come on in, my man. Oh, there are 22 concurrent viewers. This is typical. So for any new arrivals, it's my plan to try and run an interactive quiz with you guys in a few moments' time, once we've had a quick look at some of these promo shots and stuff. But on the free account, you can only have 24 players at any one time. And I was like, yeah, I only usually get like 10, 12 people. It'll be fine. Lo and behold, today, 22 of you. I'm creeping up to the limit. So hopefully you can all get a chance to participate, or maybe there's a couple of folks who aren't interested or need to drop off. But if not, if there's too many of us, I apologise. I'll still run it, and maybe we'll just have to. You'll just have to play along at home. John Redmond, I really like the IG bat, but don't fancy having to import just to get him. So pass. As for the money, I can get a Mayfex. As for that money, I can get a Mayfex. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Although, again, John, I'll make the same offer that I make to Connor. If you're ever struggling over there in Ireland, you let me know, and vice versa. We'll just help each other out and see what we can do about getting figures one way or another. Although the IG bat's not even on UK Hasbro balls right now, so that's a whole other ball game. Oh, yeah, Metalhead as well. Sup, Connor? Everyone's saying hi to Connor. And then Bobby says here, didn't they tease Destro's boots in a picture of one of the bats that were wrecked? Oh, did they? I've not lined up all the pictures ready to go, but I mean, I did grab them all. Yeah, interesting. And you know what, as well, in my notes here, Lenny said, I can't say much about upcoming figures, but we are planning to expand more in future figures. And BMAT said, oh, you're foreshadowing a bit there. But could that be maybe a Darklon? Perhaps, or because the Profit Destro and the Iron Grenadier Destro do actually have different designs, don't they? So could very well be the case. I'll go back and have a look at that promo photo. It's not one of the ones I've chosen to put on screen here today. Dao Fuyan, welcome. Evening. And Flaffle, I still have like 4 Python Patrol bats in a box that I paid $6 for each of them. Tell me you're a Ross customer without telling me you're a Ross customer. Very good. A long coat version of Destro would be cool. Yeah, I agree. And then Connor saying, I only went for Alpine from this lot. They look great, but need to keep things under some sense of control. So yeah, that seems to be a theme now that quite a few of us are revisiting. Connor's brought it back up again. The kind of relentless pace, too much of it going on, too hard to keep up. So, yeah. And then we've got Smoke 3116. Welcome, Smoke 3116. Another first-time chatter, everyone. So everyone say hi to Smoke 3116 for me. I adjusted out the shelf for an Iron Grenadier area, hoping for Destro. Metalhead is looking lonely. Very good. We got an Iron Grenadier fan in the midst, folks. And then Flaffle saying, oddly enough, that was a target clearance. Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So there's the Iron Grenadier back. But of course, the Iron Grenadiers, we also had the Iron Grenadier themselves. I liked this one. I know a few folks were a bit disappointed it was not like a full-on vintage replication, but I like this one. The accessory reuse would be a fair criticism because it is all just reused accessories. But I like the long coat design. I like the colour schemes with the red, and whereas the bat's like gold, like overwhelmingly gold, the gold trimmings work a lot better for me for my tastes. But again, I'm saying it's no criticism of the bat. It's just a personal taste thing around the colour schemes. So I like this one. But again, I'm eager to see what you guys have got to say about the Iron Grenadier. So lay it on me. Give me your thoughts. Jono's giving it a fire. Really love the look of the Iron Grenadier. Yeah, I'm on board, absolutely. Flaffle's coming in there with another upvote. I really like how they did the weapon storage on this guy. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, with the holsters all tucked around the back, which is nice. And then the sword sheath up the side. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, thumbs up from Limpar. Oh, heavy hints in other streams that he may go retro. Ooh, in other streams. Well, so that would be, I don't know, Full Force, is that you've been watching Flaffle maybe, Chris, over at Full Force? Wilfredo, I feel the same. Maybe slow down and maybe not have a HasLab every year. Yeah, this theme, one of the kind of key themes, it seems to be like, a bit of fatigue. G-Force here. To be honest, Chris, Jono and Connor threatened me with violence to slow my Joe collecting down as it is expensive for them and making them quite jealous. Yeah, time to move house, G-Force. Get a new address. Get into witness protection. Another thumbs up from Real Zim on the Iron Grenadier. Jono there, yeah, it was. Wilfredo's up for it. Managed to pre-order too. Well, you're lucky because I saw lots of people unhappy yesterday that they couldn't get their hands on Iron Grenadiers. They sold out quick. But that seems to be, and again, just talking about themes, that seems to be a repeated issue with army building characters, doesn't it, for G.I. Joe? If you think back, like, what else? Like Cobra Eels were a problem. Alley Vipers were a problem. Couldn't get a Cobra Island Viper for love nor money at one point, because folks were buying 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I saw folks displaying armies of these things, like literally 30 figures, which is a little bit excessive. I've said before, like that whole, take one, leave one behind kind of attitude, collectors helping collectors thing. Who says that? Dan Larson says that, doesn't he? So if you want to army builds and you had your eye on 4, but they're difficult to get hold of, buy 3, just leave one behind for the next guy. You know what I mean? But that's just my view on it. But it does seem to be a repeated issue with army builders on G.I. Joe Classified. And the Iron Grenadier is a perfect example of that. Jono, just talking about the HasLab here. Every line having a yearly HasLab is just a thing for Hasbro now. Yeah, it's going to get too much, isn't it? It's overwhelming. It's far too overwhelming. But they've done that typical Hasbro thing where they get a little taste of success and then they lean too far then in that direction. They don't do it in a incremental, steady, thought through way because the greed just overtakes, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. Profit it's basically saying the same thing as I have with much less pointless words. Hasbro likes to strike while the iron's hot. Yeah. Jason Keane is here, everybody. Everyone say hi to Jason Keane. Another first-time chatter tonight. That number, concurrent views, is up to 23. I knew this would happen. The Iron Grenadiers would go nicely with the upcoming Operation Monster Force Red Shadow light figures. Yes, another great point. And, of course, folks around these parts will know that I've been watching the Fresh Monkey fiction stuff with a lot of interest, and the Order of the Crimson Moon figures definitely got my juices flowing. Here's Jono. Exactly, Chris. I don't understand how Hasbro constantly underproduce the army builder figures every fucking wave. Yeah, and it's like the person, the individual in Hasbro whose responsibility it is to look at spreadsheets and figure this stuff out. Like, if we know it, how can they not know it? How is it not reflected in the spreadsheet? Like, oh, demand for the Alley Viper was this high, and demand for the Cobra Eel was this high, and demand for the Viper was this high. So maybe, just maybe, we do the same with the Iron Grenadier. Are they just underestimating certain character popularity? Who knows? Yeah, GeForce here. So, folks, just for the purposes of video on demand, they do that on purpose for scarcity to drive prices up for a few months. Then release it on a retro card with less accessories. Yeah, I think that there may be some merit to that. Flaffle has dialed back on his army building purchases. Fuller's probably going to get 2 of the retro troopers. Love me some troopers. Spoke 3016. I look at those army builder guys and wonder if they are the ones returning to the boxes with my little money in place. Hey, Charlock's here. We can begin. Everyone say hi to Charlock. Right, now I'm at 26 concurrent viewers. This is going to be a problem when it comes to the interactive quiz. Hopefully some folks don't want to play. Oh yeah, and actually, just before I move on to the next figure, Connor here. Can we start a petition to get rid of that double barrel machine gun they keep using? Yes, please, because it's a bag of shite. I hate it. It's absolute bobbins. Right, next on the list was Storm Shadow V2. Get your comments in the chat now, folks. I'll just feed the habit very quickly if you don't mind. And there we go. Just while everyone's putting their Storm Shadow V2 opinions in the chat, Jono there, it's really hard not to figure out stats-wise. If a figure sells out in minutes of the pre-order going, like, make more of them. Yeah, I agree. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. I don't buy multiples of figures, so it's not something that affects me directly, but I can understand. If you want, if you're thinking, oh, right, I want a Tomax and a Zaymot, and I just saw a nice little... And if you're only sort of collecting that space as well, maybe you're being really selective and you're saying, oh, man, I love the Iron Grenadiers. I had them when I was a kid, and I read those issues of the comics, whatever it was, like 1988, 87. Really into that storyline when Destro broke away and blah, 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 blah. And I just want my lovely little Iron Grenadier display, and, you're making selective choices. I can understand why that would be frustrating not to be able to get 2 or 3 or something to make up your dream little display or your little design that you want. I've lost track of where I am in the chat. Apologies, folks, if I miss someone out by accident. It's moving too fast. You're all talking too quickly. Charlotte, just in time to crap on that Storm Shadow. Yeah, bring it on, my man. Bring it on. GeForce, they were so proud of that Tetris camo pattern. Flaffle, never had this guy, so I'm not picky. I think he's good. People who love him may think otherwise. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Flaffle, for keeping the balance there. Well, Fredo says he's the weakest in this wave. This figure just visually hurts. Connor, happy Storm Shadow V2 is out for people who want it, but not making my juices flow. I don't know why I said that so salaciously. Oh, Limpar, after seeing it posed, I don't mind it, to be honest. Yeah, and this has happened to me before. I feel you on this one, Limpar, because Shooting the Galaxy does... The promo shots that he does are incredible, aren't they? And there have been times where I'm like, nah, I don't know about that figure, I don't know about this figure. And then the stream comes along, you see the promo shots, I'm like, oh, now I want it. They look amazing. That looks awesome. So I can appreciate that. It's not had the same impact on me, but I can appreciate that. I think he's all right. He's all right. Inbox leaks were concerning, but the live pics are definitely growing on me. Yeah, sort of along the same kind of lines there. I get the throwback, but it's camo. Charlotte there, the hammer pants are way out of hand, and he looks like he's pulled the drawstring on his hood too far and can't figure out how to loosen it back up. Yeah, like, what's his name? Kenny. Storm Shadow V2 is the Kenny of Classified. Oh my god, they killed Storm Shadow. See, the hood is confounding me. So a couple of the Joe Bros in Discord were talking about it, and it's definitely different to Kamakura and Storm Shadow V1's hood because he's got the single crease rather than the double crease. and we've seen no pictures of him without the hood on. So is it removable? Isn't it? One would assume it is removable, but they've not shown us what he looks like without the hood on, which is curious to me. Jono, that Arctic Storm Shadow figure getting a V2 version is so weird. The original did not go down well with the fan base. No, I mean, I didn't pick that. That's one I didn't bother with, talking about cherry picking. Flaffle there, Chris wants a 3 feet wide Rattler. Where the fuck is anyone going to display that thing? There, Profit V2, I need on hand. It's got quirks. I may be able to work out. Oh, okay, sure, yeah. Frosty's going to paint all the red accents white or dark grey. Other than that, I like it. Okay, so yeah, there's some. I thought this one would get slated, but there's some positivity in here for sure. Fluffle there, swinging in, giving Jono the well actually on his on his G.I. Joe lore. This is a well actually safe zone, by the way, folks. Some chat about the weapons. Oh, you're moving too fast for me, folks. I can't keep up today. Inbox pics looked awful. Some of the poses look a bit off. Totally understand back version 27. Right, I'm sorry, folks. I had to skim through chat there because you were moving too fast for me to keep up. But the general summary of the MoDXtra games and collectibles viewing community, general sentiment around Storm Shadow seems to be that a few people kind of like him, yeah, and think they could do something with perhaps with a bit of customization. Others definitely not. I'm in the no column. I skipped it. I didn't pre-order it in the end. I must admit, I was procrastinating a little bit, but in the end, I was like, nah. Do you know what it is for me? It's too hectic. There's just too much going on. So that's a funny one. Yeah, lol. Arctic Ninja back coming soon. Right, who was next on the list? So that was the main line. Then it was the retros. Stalker here. Although I managed to cover the face here. Look, just there. That's some good production values for you right there, isn't it, folks? Oh, dear. So, Stalker, I mean, I don't have a lot to say about Stalker. I'm happy with my mainline one. I know a lot of people are very happy with the color, the new color scheme. I saw some folks talking up. The colors look great. Pop. Wilfredo, I think you mentioned earlier today, in fact. But to all intents and purposes, it's the same figure. I've got nothing bad to say about the figure. I enjoyed my Stalker, and still do a great do. Flaffle coming in here. My biggest disappointment for this wave is the amount of reused weapons. Alpine axes are the only new item weapon. Yeah, well, not quite. I think Storm Shadow's backpack was new, wasn't it? Or is that reused too and I've just not noticed? But otherwise, yeah, I entirely agree. I entirely agree. Jono's in the same boat as me. Mainline Stalker was fine. Easy pass for this one. Yeah. G-Force coming in here. Now this camo, I understood what they were fizzed up about. I mean, it's very striking. I bet it'll have a lot of shelf presence. Really pop on the shelf there. You know. Fluffle saying, V1 Stalker you can still buy for like $10, $12. Now they want to make more. Yeah, I mentioned that actually in my reaction vid. I said, I'm sure you can still get hold of a Stalker quite easily. Oh, Wilfredo's into the stands, the retro stands. They really need to just get around to doing a little accessory pack. Just do as, you know, what must they be? $1.50, $2, sell us 5 for a tenner. I'd do that. Storm Shadow's backpack is Night Creepers. Oh, right, yeah, okay. Do you know what? So the reason I couldn't like bring that to mind is because obviously I've not had a Night Creeper in hand yet. Limpar's okay with Stalker. With the Stalker you have, pass on this one. Yeah, I think that's we seem to all be in the same boat there. Nothing inherently wrong with this. Looks fine, but we all picked up the first one, the mainline one, and that'll satisfy our needs. Yeah. The Cobra Trooper, on the other hand, so Connor's already pitched his vote in. Loves himself a Cobra Trooper. I think they look decent. They look all right. They're good enough. You know, I really wanted a proper retro Cobra Trooper. I think that was my problem, is that I kind of, again, apologies for repeating myself for those of you who watched my reaction video, but after seeing Duke, my hopes were lifted that, like, ooh, maybe I could get some little, like, really cheesy animated style displays on the go. And this just wasn't enough. Just wasn't, like, cheesy Cobra Trooper enough. I wanted skin tight tops. Do you know what I mean? I really wanted the full. And the boots, the boot choices made me shiver. 100% repaint, the same accessories. Maybe it's $10 cruise, but no reason to get Stalker. Yeah, we're still on Stalker in chat. Oh, Liquid Identity 101 appears to be a new first chatter as well. Welcome, Liquid Identity 101. Everyone say hi. These retros get me in the nostalgia because they are the 6-inch version of my Joes. Yeah, and you know, there's other things as well. Like if you're inbox, there could be something to be said for, because it's got that kind of flame effect thing. You know, the old Hector Garrido style flame effect thing. I know they've done updated artwork, but there is something to be said for inbox collecting the retros, but grabbing yourself. So Stalker, have your mainline Stalker. That's the one you crack open and pose up and have hanging around. But your retro one's the one you mount on the wall. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's other benefits to it. I'm thinking about it from a very singular view as a guy who rips open everything and plays with it. Eric coming in there. The Trooper falls flat. Thumbs down for Eric. Will there agree? It doesn't look bad, but it's not really a Sunbow retro. Yeah. Flaffle, this Trooper will be perfect for vehicles and stuff. Limited gear, easy to squeeze in. Oh, good point. Good point. Interesting perspective there from Flaffle. Thank you very much. And Flaffle's noticed that that's Stalker's harness on him. Frost Mirage likes the blue. That blue really pops, and that was the deciding factor for me wanting at least two, since I have a few infantry. Fair. And they said that they'd specifically selected the blue for it. Fuller's figure. I know the OG came with a sniper style rifle, but the Spirit one with these guys looks a bit off. Yeah, so I didn't choose the promo picture, but there is a promo picture of him, like, it's popping a shot off with the rifle, and it does look a bit kind of not quite right. More accessory reuse though. Jono says looks too similar. Easy pass. And Jason Keane, I missed out on both the infantry and the trooper figures, so I'm going to have to buy this one. Yeah, and again, I mean, really, inherently, that's one of the core purposes of retro, isn't it? To cycle back round, revisit those earlier waves, but to make them different enough and altered enough that if you did buy the first waves, you're not begrudged that it's just, the cash value of your figures isn't dropping, but then also that you might be interested in picking up a second one through the retro. I didn't articulate that very well, but I think you guys know what I mean. Oh, so Eric's putting his flag up in the air. Now, if we see some retro-style Vipers, I'd be in for a couple. Interesting. And Liquid Identity says, mixing these retro troopers in with the officers will look good. Yeah, so I saw someone else mention that. I think they mentioned it in the comments on my video on the subject about, you could make like a nice little mixed up display. So fair enough. All right, okay. So the Cobra Trooper, mixed feelings, mixed opinions on that. We'll just jump in there with Profit at the end. At least this Trooper design gives better torso articulation. Yeah, that's true. Without all the vesty shit. I mean, that's why in my wish list, that's why I said I was hoping for a retro Flint, because I'd really love a Flint with the just the shirt there, like they've done with Duke, with the better torso articulation. Because so Flint, I know some of you guys in the chat will associate with this. He was more of a significant character in the Marvel UK Action Force comics than Duke was. So Flint was always around. In fact, they retconned his bio here in the UK to make him a He was ex-SAS and born in the UK and all this kind of stuff. So I've got more of an affinity with Flint than I do with Duke. And when I saw Duke, I was like, oh, wow, maybe we'll get a black-shirted Flint without all that crap. But no, it was not to be, at least this time around. Here's the main event, though, folks. Here's the main event. This Retro Cobra Commander is... this was the one that turned my head the most. For a couple of reasons. Number one, it hadn't been leaked. Which, I suppose, in some respects, you could argue, well, we'd already seen the Retro Cobra Commander through the His Tank stuff, so you kind of knew what you're getting. But that Vat Metal helmet and the updates with things like the white trimmings and stuff, just, I was so happy to see this. And I will be F5 in next Tuesday to make sure I get a pre-order of this bad boy in, because I was really, really happy with this one. But it's less about me. I've already done a video on this subject. I want to hear what you guys have got to say in chat. Let's see what folks have got to say about the Cobra Commander. GeForce, very quick in there. His latency of picking up your streams, not as bad as others. Love the Vat Metal. We'll get it. ... Probably. The Vat Metal does look good. Oh, there's a few votes, actually, of folks saying a Retro Flint would be great with a new head sculpt. Yeah, totally agree. Right, we got a little cooperative there. We'll petition. Jono's 100% in on the Retro Coco, though fully expect some footwear and Hasbro to decide only 200 need to be made. Ooh, salty mate. Charlock here. It's pretty wild to me that they did the Vat Metal mask on this Coco, not on the Hiss add-on. Yeah, I mentioned that. I said, had I gone in on the Hiss and got the Coco there, I'd have perhaps felt a little bit like, oh, hang on a minute, the mainline one, or well, the retro, but the main retail release, I suppose, of this character seems a bit nicer than the one I got in my special HasLab set, you know. And in fact, when we get to Sergeant Slaughter, I feel the same way about Sergeant Slaughter. Limpar, the Vat Metal sold me on this one, although I would have got him regardless. Yep. John was asking, did the HasLab one have Vat Metal? No, it did not. Vote from Will. Cobra Commander is awesome. I want two. One to open and the other to keep. Yeah, I've heard a few people say that as well. Liquid Identity, my first commander, passed on all the others. Sleek and clean, this one. Yeah, it's all yay votes on this. Profits in there. Need. Oh, yeah, again, chat's moving faster than me. That's kind of crappy. Yeah. They missed a beat. We're not giving us the other head with this Coco figure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not as attached to the hooded Coco as other folks are, but there's a lot of disappointment out there. There was one dude in the chat, again, talking about the horror show that is the Hasbro Pulse fan stream chat, who was incensed. Absolutely incensed. I could just feel the tone of rage and anger when they put this one out and they were showing off the Vat Metal, and I was here going, oh wow, that looks really awesome. And then I glanced over at the chat and he's like, give me my hooded Cobra and just copy paste about it like a lunatic. I was like, whoa. I'm not as wedded to the hooded Cobra Commander, but I understand because it's such an iconic visual identity that's attached to the sort of G.I. Joe brand, isn't it? Fred 7. Mention of Fred 7 there. Oh, hang on a minute. No. I was about to say, I nearly put a Fred 7 question in the quiz. The Retro Coco and the HAL Coco are different paints. Yeah, the blue's different as well, isn't it? And I don't think the His Tank one's got that white belt across the middle there either, has it? Yeah, for reals, Connor, but like Slave Layer, I just can't see that figure happening. Yeah, I mean, they've just held off for so long. You know, Eric mentioned in the Fresh Monkey Order of the Crimson Moon. But the last time I checked their website, they were at 2250. They still need another 750 orders to go to production and to unlock that hooded, like Cthulhu-esque sacrifice hoodman. Whatever they've got. I can't remember the Fresh Monkey names. It would be cool if the half-man Coco came with a hood. Hey, I tell you what, so that's an interesting point, Jono, because maybe that's, when you think about it, Once a Man, they produced the Once a Man Cobra Commander, but throw in the hooded head as a second head. That'd guarantee your sales then, wouldn't it, if you Once a Man. Hate raging is the latest fad. Yeah, honestly, that chat, I was like, oh my God. I even said to some of the guys who I was hanging around in Discord with at the time, I was like, Jesus Christ, the light, it's a dumpster fire in there. Oh, it was horrible. Oh, dear. Ooh, that's a good point, Limpar. Yeah, Vat Metal Destro head for sure would look outstanding, wouldn't it? Yeah. Very good. Oh, did I drop a couple of frames then? Sorry, folks, I dropped a couple of frames. Right, in the interest of time, I'm going to keep us moving on. Then into the Mad Marauder stuff. Do you know what? I don't even want to spend a lot of time on this. Actually, before I go on to that, I just caught a glimpse of Eric's comment there. I joked on the Discord that they'll probably throw the hooded head in with the battle armor Coco. Yeah, that would just be Hasbro all over, wouldn't it? Okay, so yeah, the Mad Marauder stuff, just, I mean, maybe some of you guys were buying G.I. Joe at the time of the Mad Marauders originally. One sec, let me wet my whistle. And so you've got a strong nostalgic connection to this subsection of the brand. I wasn't collecting G.I. Joe at that point in my life, and so I'm not connected to it. The mainline core figures are good enough for me. I love Spirit, I love Lowlight. Both figures I reviewed very positively, and when I redo my displays up there, they're forever coming out. They're definitely regular features in my little setups that I like to do. And so, I don't know, there's not a lot of time I feel like I can spend on these. They look good. I think that sci-fi sniper rifle is a curious choice. But again, I've already expressed my thoughts. Let's see what you guys have got to say. So while I'm waiting for the Lowlight and Spirit comments, let's just see what folks are saying. John Redmond thinking it's either Once a Man Coco or Globulus for the SDC exclusive. Well, I thought they confirmed that SDC was Raptor and PulseCon was Starduster. I feel like that's what I heard, but you tend to have your ear to the ground better than me sometimes, Jono. So, I mean, Globulus would be, well, the Cobra Last stuff's quite polarizing, isn't it? But Nemesis Immortal's on the way. So with Nemesis Immortal on the way, we really do need a Globulus and a Pythona. You don't want it to end up like Marvel Legends with all these like kind of really incomplete spots, do you? So Globulus would be awesome, and Once a Man kind of, and we need a big lob as well, don't we? Retro Chuckles on the way, but with the white version of the shirt. I don't know. The fans' hobby version of the Skyhawk went up for pre-order yesterday. I don't know what that is, Bobby. That one's passed me by. G-Force went with the old 3D printed hooded head. Did you do that yourself, or did you pick one up on Etsy, my man? Okay, now we're getting some thoughts on the Lowlight Spirit. Happy with version 1, pass. Jono, zero interest here. G-Force, I only bought the Man Marauders barbecue because he was $5. Eric, I'm out on sub teams. Easy pass. G-Force, though, is talking about... Yeah, let's move on to the Sarge then, because I think we're all... Oh, hang on, though. We do have one vote. Will coming in here. I wasn't planning on collecting the Mad Marauders, but I picked up Barbecue when it was on sale, and it looked really good in hand. I'm sure this pack will look equally good. Might wait for it to go on sale. There you go. So we do have one kind of sort of vote. I'll buy it if I see it cheap. But let's go over to the Sarge, because, yeah, again... I love my mainline one. I already picked up the previous deluxe. He's obviously much more in line with the Sarge that I visualise. And my only real connection to Sergeant Slaughter truly is the G.I. Joe the movie. But just like Eric was saying with regards to the Metal Vac Cobra Commander, I'm a little pissed off that this one's better than the the deluxe, the previous deluxe version. I mean, I get it; it's evolution, and they're moving forward and working on stuff. But that itty bitty bag does look pretty cool. But I just don't want it with that Mad Marauders. They really do need to start doing like little accessory packs, don't they? Which takes us back to G-Force's comment there. Man Marauder Sarge comes with some enticing accessories, but not at deluxe pricing. And I entirely agree with you there, G-Force. Jono here. It could be Chris, but Lenny did mention the STC figure was a powerful character, which Raptor and Stardust just don't fit the bill. Yeah, all right. Well, let's wait and see. I'm sure it'll leak out. A head sculpt will be discovered in a trailer around the back of the factory at some point. That's how they get you, Wilfredo. Come towards the light. The coolest classified accessory yet, a duffel bag. It makes sense. Do you know what? And the thing was, somebody mentioned, again, someone mentioned this. Apologies if it was one of you guys. Somebody mentioned this and said about, like, it's kind of incredible to us that they spent so much of the stream time talking about the bag. They were just so into the bag. They barely even looked at the figure. He was like, check out the pull cord. It's got USA printed. It's got handles and straps. And he was like really into the bag. And I get it, because it's a cool accessory and it's a piece of soft goods. And yeah, I understand. Charlock, I'm going to need that bag for a custom hit and run. Ooh. But you could totally do like a little movie accessory pack with, I don't know, like a bell on a thing, the tunnel wrap big lob obstacle course, a couple of the itty bitty bags in there, you know what I mean? But some little squidgy smoke bomb lizard creature things that Pythonies, and that would be just bang it out, $20, a little bundle, like a Valaverse weapon pack with something a bit different in it, like that bag. I'd be up for that. Totally up for that. Love the duffel bag. We'll wait until it's on sale. G-Force is going to learn how to sew the duffel bags and play Oprah for Christmas. You get a duffel bag and you get a duffel bag. You would think how Hasbro reveals always leak out, always, that the bean counters could pay some attention to social media and make enough of the popular characters. Still salty. I don't blame you. I don't blame you for your salt, Jono. I absolutely don't blame you. It's a hill worth dying on. Attaboy, Wilfredo. All right, well, there's the Sergeant. Let's see what's left. Oh, just the Stinger now, folks. The Stinger and Driver. To all intents and purposes, a new vamp for Cobras to use. Looks good enough. You guys know that I don't pay the vehicles all that much attention. It's also getting quite late, so if you've got thoughts, please do share them, but share them quickly, because I want to give this little quiz a go, if you're up for it. I'll take a moment to have a drink and feed the bad habit. Oh, folks, we've got another first-time chatter here. Evo Genius. Cool name. New item suggestion for Hasbro. Pack of stands and duffel bags. Yeah, man. Little pack of stands, duffel bags. And what else is generically useful? Like just the shovels. The shovels and binoculars and torches and stuff. You know what I mean? They used to do it. I seem to remember having, buying like, play sets and them having stuff like that in them. But everyone say hi to Evo Genius. First time chatter. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Stinger looks cool, but no room for it in a vamp. Yeah, I can see that. The number one least surprising classified reveal. I don't know. Some of these were not very surprising. Great vehicle. Those blast effects are a travesty, says Liquid Identity. So nasty, so old, so cheap to reuse them. Yeah, these, of course, are all from Scrap Iron, aren't they? From his drone. Stinger will sting many wallets. Hey, see what you did there, Prophet. G-Force. I may buy the Stinger. Love it. Even the awesome promo shots can't make those missile effects look good. Right, I'll tell you what though, just as a little liquid identity. So I dug out my it's in a box over there. I dug out my that one right at the front. Right at the front of that central picture, the sort of exploding on the ground thing. I dug it out, and then I got this little lamp that I use for some of my pictures. Oh, I've got it on a stand right now. I was using it for something the other day. I've got this little light thing that I use for taking my pictures, and you can change the colour and things with that button there. So I was doing like coloured lights, and I actually tried it. I tried to make it. I tried to make it glow like that. I was like, oh, look how they made it glow, and I couldn't make it look as good. I really wanted to though. I really wanted to make it glow like that. I'll screw that back on later. Charlie, I might pick one up and try and get my hands on a couple of extra drivers. Yeah, I like the driver actually. Ironically, after me sort of saying the Cobra Trooper's not for me, I kind of like the grey colour scheme on that dude. Same ones that have been used before, bendy as hell. Yeah, mine came out all from scrap iron, all bent at the top. Frost Mirage will get, plus hoping for a tan version of the Vamp and Clutch in the future, from what I hear. Oh, okay. Everyone's got their ear to the ground. Liquid Identity Mark II is absolutely in the future, Frost. God, where's everyone getting their information from? There's obviously a podcast or something I'm not listening to that I should be doing. Just like my childhood Joes had more Cobra vehicles than Joe. Yeah, I mean, I had loads of vehicles too. I used to play... Do you know what I used to love? I used to love my Cobra Stun. I used to play with that loads. But I can't... Just no room. No room, man. No room. All right, okay, and I think that's it. Is that... oh, no. And then the name only reveal Footloose, but of course I've, once again, misplanned my picture so that it's tucked away. But that was the name only reveal at the end. So there you go. Right, okay, that'll do for today. Do you guys want to try and give this this quiz a bit of a go? Are you up for it? So I'm using a program called Mentimeter. I can have 24 players, so it's fastest finger first. And it's one of those things where you go to the website, you go to menti.com, and then I'll put a code up on screen in a minute, and you tap the code in, and you join and you enter. I've got 13 questions, all G.I. Joe related, in celebration of Yojo June. A number of them are connected to the characters that were shown in the reveals this week. So if you guys have got another half an hour or so, and you want to hang out and give it a go, the only challenge here will be the time. There's a bit of a time delay between you guys and me. So what I've done is there's a 30-second timer to answer, but I've extended it to 47 seconds, basically, because I think there's roughly, according to my very scientific test before of just counting seconds out aloud, so that you've got that extra time. But on your phone or laptop, you'll get the question in advance of the timer starting. So one of the things I want to figure out, and I would like feedback on, is how janky and clunky that is. But if you're up for it, folks, do you fancy giving a bit of an online quiz a go with me? I'll pause and wait that 17 seconds for you to catch up so I can get, if you're up for it. Bobby, has the advertising been better? You've not mentioned it again, but just let me know. And what I'll do is next time I set up the screen, I'll pay more attention to the tick boxes and stuff. G-Forces game. All right, then. Cool. At least I'll have one participant. So, yeah, you go to menti.com. Here we go. Go to menti.com. Let me just check that the thing's working. Yeah. And then you see that number across the top. That's your code. 12909373. Or you can use the QR code to take you straight to it. Hang on, let me get my answers sheet up as well. Quiz answers. I've got 13 questions, so it shouldn't take all that long. I'll show the question for 5 seconds. and then you've got 47 seconds. I know that's really random, but 47 seconds to answer. Accuracy and speed are what will score you points, basically. So hopefully that 17 seconds extra that I've added on will get you sorted. So here we go. Let's see, waiting for players. I've got 3 players ready, 4 players ready. And hopefully the time delay. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'll give it another minute or two. Get yourselves in. 5 players in. 6 players in. I think you should all be able to give yourselves a username as well. So let me know in chat what name you've chosen. I've got in leaderboards that come up and show what the scores are looking like as we're going along. Anyone else? 6 players in? Any more for any more? I'll give it another second. There's 24 people here according to my tracker. So there's room for 24 players. So there's room for everybody in chat, right? Everybody watching the stream right now to have a go if you're up for it. Foyan is DFY. 7 players in. Very good, very good. Give it another second or two. Got some folks giving me thumbs up there. It's really cool because I can control it off my phone, look. Although I can't see who the likes are coming in from. 7 players. Any more? Any more? Calling it out now. Get yourselves in if you're not in. I'm going to press start 20 seconds from now. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, if you're not in, now you're not in. So here we go. Starting the quiz. Question number 1. What is the name of the saw viper who infamously executed captured Joes in Trucial Abysmia? Oh no, Venom! Ah, sorry, buddy. I've hit start. You might be able to jump in quick. Try the code. Try going and try the code. It's still at the top of the screen. Hopefully the time delay is all right. In fact, I'd probably give too much time to answer. Honor system as well, folks. Don't be going Googling this shit. Five answers in. There's no prizes. 6 answers in. Did you manage to get in, Venom? He's in, quick. Hey, the answer was Robert Skelton. That's right. So we've got 2 correct answers there. 2, 3, 4. So only 6 of the 8 people. How do you answer? Just slide up the screen if you're on your phone. Or there should be the 4 options to choose from. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboard there. Profit 924 in, dead quick, and then Bigfoot in. Well done, taking a strong lead. So yeah, you should have the 4 options. GeForce. If you're on desktop, they should just be underneath the slide. If you're on phone, you need to sort of slide up a bit. And Eric says he didn't let him answer. Yeah, are you on your phones? If you're on your phones, guys, try sliding up and you'll see the answers a bit further down. Let's try on question number 2 then, but we're off for a strong start already. Question number 2 coming up, folks. 8 players in. Answer fast to get more points. In the G.I. Joe Cobra miniseries from the IDW continuity, who was Chuckles' handler? So if you're on your phone, try going up, pushing it up from the question. See if you can find... Oh, you're on a laptop. Huh. I don't know. Is anyone else on a laptop can help GeForce out so you can figure out how to actually answer? Right, I've got 7 of 8 answers in there, so I'm assuming maybe G-Force is the one. No, everyone has voted. Okay, let's see how it goes. Jinx number 4. 4 of you hit Jinx, which was the correct answer. Well done. So let's have a look, see what's happened on the leaderboard. Has this made any changes? Evo in there. Charlotte knew the answer. Eric, G-Force knew the answer. Darfal Young knew the answer, which is shuffle things around ever so slightly. Evo's in the lead by 1 single point. Very, very good. Okay, then. Fucking hell, Chris, I thought Stu's quiz was hard. And G-Force has got it figured out. Oh, me and Jonathan lacking. Okay, well, I've got some cartoon-related questions in here. Let's get this one done now. 8 players ready. Here we go. Remember, answer fast to get more points. Which Cobra agent death is Scarlet investigating at the beginning of the G.I. Joe Resolute web series? Jono says, if these are all comic questions, I'm screwed. No, they're not. I've mixed it up. There's cartoon questions and general knowledge questions and even an action figure question or two in here as well. Five. Still 3 of you to answer. Remember, on a system, folks. Don't be Googling this stuff. Everyone's voted. Let's see how you've done. Oh, hang on. You need the answer first. Give me the answer. There we go. The answer was Major Blood, and 4 of you got that correct. Well done. Let's see what that's done to the scoreboard, shall we? Jono in there. Very quick. Evo and Prophet both got the right answer, though, so they're storming ahead. G-Force had a cheeky guess. So the leaderboard right now, Evo maintains their lead, only by 3 points, though. Prophet giving them a good run for the money. Charlotte coming in from the rear for the bronze medal there, but most everybody except for Tom is off the starting block. Oh, Fluffle, I'm just running a quiz right now, mate, but just play along with yourself, my friend. That sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. Nice guess, Jonathan. Rip me. Okay, next question, folks. Question 4. 8 players ready. Here we go. Who's this? Who is it? Oh, come on, folks. You must know this. Two more people yet to answer. One more to get an answer in. You got 20 seconds left, whoever the remaining respondent is. Everyone's voted. Okay, let's have a look, see how this one broke down. So skipped too far. There we go. The answer was Zorana. This is Zorana in disguise from the episode Computer Complications. No, not you. My Alexa responds to the word computer, which is the mainframe Zorana falling in love episode. So let's see what it's done to the leaderboard. Evo, Prophet, Charlock all out the gate there. DFY out the gate there. Oh, still the same 3 folks, but Prophet now takes the lead, knocking Evo off the top spot. Hell, I figured it was a cross-dresser. Yeah. It was actually no, actually I'm not gonna do that one. Question 5 then, folks. Let's go. Question 5. Let's keep this ticking on. Answer fast for more points. Who created the clown drones? Get your answers in. Was it the Toy Master? Was it the Robot Master? Was it the Hard Master? Or was it the Games Master? Who picked Dial Tone, Venom asks. Well, there was a female Dial Tone in the G.I. Joe Resolute web series, my friend, who had, a skirt uniform. Jonas says these questions are insane. Oh, no, why? You got no idea? Well, everyone's voted. Let's see how you've done. Oh, I keep moving it on too fast. It was, in fact, the Games Master. 3 of you got that correct. This is from the episode The Games Master. It's called The Games Master. It's the famous episode where Cobra Commander, Baroness, Lady Jane Flint get kidnapped, and Baroness spends the best part of the episode in that cheeky red bikini, which is why I thought a lot of people would know it. Let's see what this has done to leaderboard. Charlock's lack of knowledge here might have affected his position. No, he stays in 3rd place, but Bigfoot is catching up. Still very close at the top between Prophet and Evo. Let's move on to the next question. Keep the wheels of this thing rolling. Okay, question 6. Question 6, folks. Answer fast to get more points. Which Decepticon did Duke encounter in the first issue of his Energon Universe miniseries? Was it Thundercracker? Was it Starscream? Was it Skywarp? Or was it Laserbeak? 3 out the gate there. 3 quick answers. Come on, folks. This was only like 5 months ago. Much like my love life started strong and petering out as I go. Have you not read the Energon Universe stuff? No? Right, everyone's voted. The answer was indeed Starscream. 5 of you got that correct. Well done. In fact, it was in his first issue of Duke and then in issue 2 of the Transformers that he came across Starscream there. Let's see what this has done to the leaderboard. Oh, we've got some numbers there from a few folks. See if it's made much of a difference. Prophet is holding a very strong lead there. Evo and Charlotte remain in the silver and bronze position, but it's now getting a little bit more interesting in the middle. A little bit more action in the middle. Let's move on to question 7, ladies and gents. Lucky guess for G-Force. Question 7 then. Here we go. Right. Careful. Be very careful. Make sure you read the answers properly. Which of these is not in Serpentor's DNA from the Sunbow continuity? Is it Julius Caesar? Is it Ivan the Terrible? Is it Sun Tzu? Or is it Alexander the Great? Arise, Serpentor, arise. Let's see how well you know your Arise, Serpentor, arise storyline. 7 answers in. Waiting for the 8th player. Everyone's voted. Let's see. It was, in fact, Sun Tzu. 4 of you got it correct. This is Sergeant Slaughter prevents them from getting their hands on Sun Tzu's DNA, and they try and use his instead, Sergeant Slaughter's. So there you go. Would you like the full list, if anyone's interested? So it's Caesar, Napoleon, Attila the Hun, Philip II, Alexander the Great, Ivan the Terrible, Vlad the Impaler, Hannibal, Genghis Khan, Rasputin, Montezuma, Geronimo, and then a fictional Aztec king called Amon Toth. So there you go. You can thank the G.I. Joe fandom wiki for that. All right, let's see what it's done to the leaderboards. Oh, Prophet! Oh, no! Oh, no, sorry, the other way around. I said it wrong. Charlotte drops out the top 3. Bigfoot catching up and taking over. Prophet and Evo still duking it out, switching places in 1st and 2nd there. Still all to play for G-Force, DFY and Jonathan Redmond. I don't know what's going on with poor Tom. You're right out there, Tom. Have you bombed out once you saw the questions and, like Johnny, you thought, oh, God. All right, then. Question number 8. Answer fast to get more points. Who leads the Red Shadows? Is it Major Noir? Is it Baron Silverspit? Is it Baron Ironblood? Or is it Commander Kulik? And while you're getting your answers in, let's see what Flaffle says. I still can't believe that Mindbender didn't come with one of those DNA devices like in the cartoon. Yeah. 6 answers in. Oh, Venom, you're Tom. Okay, it doesn't seem to be recording your responses, mate. Or if you just, Don't worry, dude. Don't worry. We'll do it again sometime. You can have another crack at it. I mean, obviously, with a fresh batch of questions. Right, everybody has voted. Let's see how you've done. Baron Ironblood. Who said Commander Kulik? I've obviously chucked this one in, off the back of the Fresh Monkey Fiction Order, the Crimson Moon stuff. Took it a little cheeky non-Yojo June, but sort of a Yojo June celebration. But it is indeed Baron Ironblood. Let's have a look what this has done to the Commander Kulik. Is a Red Shadow from the Devil's Due storyline continuity, but he's not the leader of the Red Shadows. Did that? I looked away. I didn't see. Did that alter up the? Did that move things around on the quiz leaderboard there? Now let's move on to question number 9. Quiz says Baron Ironblood is wrong. Does it? All right. Well. Baron Ironblood is indeed the correct answer. That is an admin error on my part. That is an administrative error. That is my fault, and therefore that's made no difference to the scoreboard. We'll just pretend that never happened and move on. We'll chalk that one up to experience. The correct answer is, in fact, Baron Ironblood. What I've done is I've neglected to tick it as the correct one. Okay, then. No, not a fix. I just ballsed up. No points. All answers are incorrect. Let's do number 9. I'm getting an error message from YouTube here. YouTube is not receiving enough video. When did the Iron Grenadiers first appear in G.I. Joe, Real American Hero in the Marvel comic books, folks? Was it in issue 45? Was it in issue 57? Was it in issue 61? Or issue 69? Total guess. Just guess. Yeah, if you don't know, just guess. My stream health went a bit squiffy then, folks. So I apologise if everything all went a bit squiffy. The answer is issue 69. Well done, folks, if you got that one right. 3 of you got it right. Let's see what it's done to the leaderboard. Oh, Bigfoot new. Evo new. G-Force new. Just took a guess. Lucky guess for G-Force, but it puts him in the 4th position there. Jason Key. If a 69 is offered, always say yes. Evo Genius. I thought it was a joke option. Well, yeah, I mean, that's absolutely. I was always, always go with 69. Yeah, obviously I did that intentionally because I knew folks would be like, is he being funny? Question number 10 then, gents. Here we go. Which of these is not a dreadnought? Switchblade, Zanzibar, Machete, or Thrasher? Which of these is not a dreadnought? D-Force has got himself a second wind. Switchblade, Zanzibar, Machete, or Thrasher? 2 of you yet to answer. One more. Pure guessing here. It was, in fact, Switchblade. 3 of you got that correct. Zanzibar's the crazy dude who flies around on a hover thing that looks a bit like the Green Goblin's glider. Machete is from the Devil's Due storyline, and Thrasher is the dude who drives the Thunder Machine. Educated guessing. Let's see what this has done for the leaderboards. Oh, Evo maintains his top spot. Charlock is creeping back up, hits 4th space. Just 37 points between him and Bigfoot for the bronze medal. Profit maintaining a solid second position. We need Evo to get one wrong and Profit to get one right to see some real difference there, especially at this stage of the game. Question number 11. What's Alpine's real name? Is it Everest P. Curry? Is it Albert Etna? Is it Albert M. Pine? Or is it Eddie Snowden? Everest P. Curry, Albert Etna, Albert M. Pine, or Eddie Snowden? Get your answers in, folks. If you just don't know, take a guess. Everybody has voted. Let's see what you got. It is indeed Albert M. Pine. Alpine's name is Alpine. Let's see what this has done for the leaderboard. Oh, Profit was a bit faster out the gate than Evo. Is it enough? No, it's not enough to close the gap, but Sherlock. Eric steps up back to his bronze medal position. Close up there at the top. Close up there at the top. All right, question number 12. We're coming to the end. The penultimate question, folks. Answer fast to get more points. Cobra Commander made a brief appearance in the Transformers cartoon. What was his name in the episode? Was it the Commander? Was it Old Snake? Was it the Coil? Or was it Secret Serpent? The Commander, Old Snake, the Coil, or the Secret Serpent? So we got some pure guessing from Jono. We got some educated guessing going on from G-Force. Venom's coming after Jono. That's horseshit. What Alpine's name is that? Oh wow, everyone's voted. Did we know this one then? That was quick. It was the Old Snake. That's correct. 5 of you got that one right. Let's see what this has done to the leaderboard. Oh, Jono knew that one. All the guys in the top 3 knew that one. Oh, right. So basically now, it's a battle for Evo and Profit at the top spot. If Evo gets his next one wrong and Profit gets it right, quickly, might just be in with a chance. Here we go. The 13th and final question, everybody. Jono, I know bugger all about G.I. Joe. Who else could be a Mad Marauder redeco in the classified so far? Could it be Tunnel Rat, Snake Eyes, Mutt, or Gung Ho? So who was an original Mad Marauder or Slaughter's Marauder from back in the day, who has a current existing character in classified, who could be a Mad Marauder redeco? Tunnel Rat, Snake Eyes, Mutt, or Gung Ho? The Iron Blood question did me in. Yeah, I can only apologise for that. That was an administrative error on my part. I'd obviously typed all the answers in. I'd prepared it on my iPad, wrote my questions down, and then typed them into the thing. And I forgot to actually pick one as the correct answer in the menu, which is obviously just chalk it all to experience, a learning point. It is Mutt. 3 of you got it right. Mutt is in fact the only current other classified that was in the original Mad Marauders lineup. So let's see what this has done to the leaderboard. This is the final leaderboard of the session, folks. Let's have a look. Has Evo maintained his lead? Yes, he has. So congratulations there to Evo with 9,334 points out the gate. Profit taking the silver medal and Charlock taking the bronze medal. But, of course, as always, gentlemen, it's not the winning, it's the taking part that counts. And I've reached the end of the presentation. There we go. So let's close that and bring the general back. So, yeah, there we go. Interactive quiz. So just give me a quick bit of feedback, if you'd be so kind, gentlemen, to help me understand whether that worked. Was that a good... Oh, no, what's going on here? Trying to close that quiz window. Let's see what folks are saying there. Evo, woo, where do I pick up my prize car? It's in the post. It's in the mail. Don't need your address, I already know it. Charlotte's there. I could do cartoons and toys all day. Was it the comic book questions that chipped you up then, was it? Congrats to Evo from GeForce. That was cool. That was a lot of fun. That was cool, Chris, but fucking hell, not so hard next time. Okay, roger that. That was fun. Lots of quick random clicking. Trivia game was fun to watch. I would never have come close to winning. Love the commentary. Okay, brill. Excellent. Thanks, guys. Yeah. And the time delay, did it affect your ability to enjoy and participate too much, or was everything seemed to run okay with that extra little bit of time added to the countdown timer? Did it make it work all right for you? Because I could do that quite easily. The only challenge with that is that, like I say, it's got a 24-person limit. Well, 25, but it takes... I have to be in it to run it, and therefore it's 24 participants. Oh, Namor jumping out the ocean there. Hello, Namor. Going to the UK next month. Anywhere cool to check out in the north? Loads of places. Obviously, I'm a big supporter of the of Manchester. Lots to do around Manchester. I'd get up to York. York's great. Loads of great stuff in York. The York Museum's awesome. Got the Jorvik Centre if you're into Vikings. Old historical town. You can do some shopping around the Shambles. What else? Leeds is really cool at the minute. If you want to get out into like the Lancashire countryside or the Yorkshire countryside around there. Lots of stuff going on. So, yeah, loads of great stuff. It depends how far north you go. Newcastle upon Tyne's a great city. And then you can sort of travel out into Cumbria as well. Go see Linda's farm, visit Alnwick, all that kind of stuff. Where else in the north? Depends what you're into, really. Depends what you're into. Chester's great as well if you're into Roman history. You go into York. Yeah, I mean, York's brilliant. Great restaurants, great nightlife, but awesome stuff to do during the day as well. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Messed me up on the first question, but got the hang of it after that. You just got to watch the Menti tab instead of the stream. Yeah, sure. Going to York. Cool stream, Chris. Got a split, mate, but catch you next time. Yeah, I'm wrapping it up now, Jono, anyway. Thanks for coming and hanging out, my man. Pleasure as always. All right, folks. Well, yeah, it's getting late over here. It's 10 to midnight in the UK. Drop me a DM over on Instagram or Discord or you know, wherever you encounter me. Would love to know if you've got any more detailed thoughts on how well the interactive quiz worked, whether that's a goer, something I can do every now and again. I hope it was okay. Otherwise, thanks as always, gents. Drop us a like before you head on out. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. All that good YouTuber stuff, but I'll be closing up there. Keep an eye out next week. Yeah, I never know how to finish these things. Just everyone have a lovely day, will you? And I'll catch you next time, all right? End stream. Your stream will stop immediately. Okay, I'm ending. 3, 2, 1. Bye.